Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. In this video we're going to show you how to change out the Samsung Dryer Hinge Bushing. It's going to be a very easy repair and should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to get the new hinge bushing. The hinge bushing is located on the dryer door hinge. There's 4 of them, and when the door is open and closed, this is what they rotate on. The main reason you'll be changing it is if they're worn out and the door has a lot of up and down play. In order to get to the part, we have to open up the dryer door. With the door open, we're going to use our Phillips screwdriver and remove the 2 screws that hold the hinge in. Once you have the screws out, you can lift up on the door, and once you lift it up a little bit, then you can pull it out. You can set it on a table so you can work on it. Make sure you put a towel down so you don't scratch it. We're going to set ours on top of the dryer. With the door off the dryer, we can set it on our towel so we can take it apart. First thing we're going to do is, if you didn't take these screws out of the hinges, we're going to take those out and set them aside. Now we can go around with our Phillips screwdriver and remove all these screws that hold the door together. When you're removing the 2 screws for the lever, you want to make sure you set those aside with the lever because they are different than the other ones and you don't want to mix them up. Now that we have all the screws out, we can carefully pop the door in half. We're going to use a small flathead screwdriver and get in between the chrome and gray piece and kind of pop it apart, being careful that you don't scratch anything. Once you have it released, you can pull the 2 halves apart. Now that we have the door taken apart, we can take the outer door assembly and set it aside somewhere so it doesn't get scratched up. And then we can take the inner door liner and work on it on top of the dryer. We have access to the hinge screws, so we're going to remove all these screws so we can pull this bracket off and pull the hinge off so we can work on it. Now that we have all the screws out, we can lift this bracket out and set it aside, and then we can pull the hinge out. Now that we have the hinge assembly off, we have access to the hinge bushings. All you have to do is pull the hinge bushing off to remove them. If they're stuck on, you might have to use a small screwdriver to help pop them off. There is 4 of them, so make sure you order as many as you need. Here's the old door bushing next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. To put the new hinge bushing in, all you have to do is slide it into place. Once you have them all replaced, we can put the hinge back onto the door. To put the hinge back in, all you have to do is set the bushings into their 4 little spots, and you want to make sure that the set screw right here that you're going to hang the door on later is on the bottom. Then we can lift this plate back into place and use our Phillips screwdriver to put the screws back in. Now that we have the hinge put back together, we can grab the rest of the door and put it all together. Now we can set the inner door back onto the outer door. All you have to do is line it up and set it back into place so we can put the screws back in. Once you have it in place, you can just snap it back together. With the door snapped back together, we can put all the screws back in. We're going to use our Phillips screwdriver. Remember, the screw with the orange thread tight on it goes right in this hole here. For the lever, remember the screws are different. Make sure you use the same screws that we set aside earlier. Now that we have the door assembly put back together, we can grab the 2 mounting screws and go put the door back on the dryer. First thing we're going to do is line it up so we can put this screw into this little hole right here where it mounts. So if you have to, you can open up the hinge and then slide it into place. Once you have it hanging there, you can let go. It won't fall off. And then we can grab our Phillips screwdriver and put the screws in to hold it in place. Now that we have the door remounted, we can close it, plug the dryer back in, and take it for a spin. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.